So it's April 2020, we are in coronavirus lockdown and our dishwasher needs replacing. I've just been looking at a few videos online about how to do it, and then I thought, do you know what, there isn't one that does end-to-end replace integrated dishwasher, remove it and reinstall it. So I've got a Beko dishwasher at the moment and I'm looking to replace it with a hot point dishwasher. I've made sure the measurements are the same. I've decided to record it because hopefully this helps anybody in the same situation, but also my wife is keen for me to record it because it will stop me swearing quite so much during the entire operation. Every now and then I might have a bit of assistance from my dog George, but otherwise I'm going to stop and record certain parts that I think are important, and then I will use a time lapse to get through the stuff that's a little bit boring, but I'll try and do it end to end and I'll cut and splice all the videos at the end. So I hope this is useful. We're going to be removing and then reinstalling an integrated dishwasher. First thing that's on my mind is, I'm just going to show the camera, a few things. I need to work out where the services are. So my dishwasher, the integrated dishwasher, is here. I remember from when it was originally installed by the kitchen fitter, this is George, that the power goes this way. So I'm looking for three things. The power goes this way, the drain goes back here into the kitchen cupboard behind the sink, and so does the cold water feed. So I'm going to look for those three things first of all. I'm going to get the cold water feed isolated, the power isolated. I'm going to remove the drain, and once I've done that, I'm going to take off the kickboard at the bottom here. And once I've taken that kickboard off, the dishwasher should then be able to be removed. So I'm going to do those few things. I'll put it on time lapse, and then we'll come back and talk about next steps. So a few things, when you're draining, when you're removing the drain, you'll get a spillage of water. So I've just got a bucket and an old towel just to absorb any water that comes out. Same from the cold filled tap, so there'll just be a bit of residue water, so just be prepared for that. I'm going to remove that now. Then the other thing I'm going to do is remove the door, because the door is just a fascia on the front of the dishwasher. So I'm going to remove the door, make sure the utility fittings and things are removed, and then I'm going to pull the dishwasher out. So I'll get on with that and we'll come back when I've got something more to say. So the door is off, the services are disconnected. What I've seen at the top of the dishwasher, these brackets here, just up here, I will take the camera in so that you can see it. At the top here, in each corner, are these brackets, and what they do is make sure that the dishwasher doesn't, either side, they just make sure that the dishwasher doesn't move when it's in place. So I'm going to remove those brackets. Once I've removed those brackets, it's free to slip out and be removed. So yeah, important to get those out. So I've released the brackets. The dishwasher's mobile. There are legs at the front and the back of the dishwasher. You can see they're raised. I'm going to just take a quick measurement of the front legs so I know what height I need to put the new dishwasher legs at. The other thing I'm going to do is reduce them so that I can pull the dishwasher out, because there's a lip there at the floor. I've got a tip I'm going to use for that. And what I didn't realise the first time I did this with the dishwasher, they have screws on the front of the door here, next to, the front of the unit by the legs. Those screws actually operate the back legs of the dishwasher. So I'm going to use a spanner on the front feet just to shorten them. I'm going to do the same with the back ones, then I'll pull it out. Okay. So that's the old dishwasher. That's the old dishwasher out. I'm now going to move it out, bring the new one ready to position. I've got a few things I need to prep at the back of my unit, because I've got a raised drain cover that sits exactly where the back right hand foot is of the dishwasher. So I put a bridge the drain with a piece of wood that's raised, so I just have to make sure that back foot is the right level. So I will do a few of those things, get the new dishwasher in, I'll get it all prepped ready, and then we'll carry on with the recording. So the old dishwasher is out, the new one is here. I'm going to unwrap it and just make sure that all the bits are here. I'll take all the polystyrene out, and then I'll identify the different hoses, the drain, the water supply hose, and then the electrical cable. And once I've got those fed through, I'll start to look at what I do next. I have put in place a couple of wooden runs. You can see just a couple of pieces of wood that sit where the feet of the dishwasher will sit, and it's like shiny surfaced wood, so I'm hoping, well, I know that the dishwasher feet will then sit on that and glide back in, so it just makes installation a bit easier. So I'll get on with that, and then when I get to the next bit I will come back and talk through it. So I've opened up the dishwasher, just taken out the instructions and the fitting instructions for the door, which I'll look at once the dishwasher's in place. I've just checked that everything's okay. It looks pretty good. So you can see everything inside. It's all secured inside so it doesn't move around while I'm fitting it. So I'm going to leave all of that in place until till it's fully ready to be turned on. So these, I just wanted to show you the strips of wood that I've put in there. So they're just running along the length of where the feet are going to slide into there. It's like a shiny surface to that wood, so it'll just, the feet will just slip off that edge, slide along there. It should make getting it in just that much easier. So I'm going to put you on the tripod, put it on time lapse, get the dishwasher in, all the connections together. Once I've got them in place, I'll show you how I connect those as well. So it's all fun and games. I am just about to put the dishwasher in, and I've found on the instructions there's a foam insulating pad that prevents noise, makes the dishwasher silent. So that foam pad just sits in a channel at the front, at the top here near the door. There are two foam sizes. One, I've talked to my wife about it because I'm trying to work out why I've got two. This one's for the slimline dishwasher, and this one's for the standard dishwasher. This is still slightly too long. You can see it won't go under there. That's a hard block here. So I'm just going to trim that to make it the right size. Then I will put that in place. Then I've got to position the dishwasher at the back. Remember I said I had a drain at the back right, so I'm not going to lift that right hand foot or reduce it down to the floor, but the other side does have to come down. So I've got a bit of adjustment to make. I'll do this, put it on time lapse. You'll see me put that in. I've fed through the pipes. I've connected the electric cable to the power socket, so we're almost ready to kind of do final adjustments, get it in place. So I'll time lapse it and see that, and then we'll come back when I start doing the fittings for the drain and for the water supply. Okay, so I've just done a few final adjustments. Because of my problem with the drain, this hot point dishwasher, I don't know if this is a design feature, hasn't worked for me, but the adjustment for the back feet means they both move at the same time. So I need one higher than the other. So I've had to raise up the back left-hand side with a block, and then I've straddled the drain with a piece of wood. So I've actually managed to get it level at the back and at the front, and then there was just some final adjustment to get it in the right position. I've also offered the door up to it just to make sure the door's flush. We've done a bit of final adjustment there. So now now it's where I want it to be. I haven't done the plumbing in yet, but I have made sure that the socket's in place. I've checked that the drain pipe at the back isn't kinked or caught anywhere, and it's not. The same with the cold water supply feed. Just check that that's all straight. So now I'm going to fix the dishwasher to the work surface. There are two fixed points where I just take two screws, drill a hole, drill them through to the top, and it's just going to stop any movement or vibration of the dishwasher when it's working. So I'll get those two things in place, then I'm going to look at the final few things, which I'll come back to in a second. So the dishwasher is now secured in place. There were 4 fixing points, 2 that went up into the work surface, and then 2 went into the sides, either side into the units that are either side of the dishwasher. I'm now going to look at fitting the door. There is a template here for the screw holes for the door fixing. So I'm going to take that into one top corner of the door, that into the other top corner of the door. Follow the target and just drill a pilot hole, screw in the screw, which has a bracket with it, which is like a locating bracket, and then that will locate into the point of the door. I'll lift it up, position it, then I'll drop the door down and screw it in place. So it should be fairly straightforward. Famous last words. I'll do that on time lapse and we'll see how that goes. This is worth a mention. So I put these locating bolts on the door and I measured them from where the template said to measure them, and actually I allowed myself an extra millimetre and they're just flush with the door, and I wanted them slightly above the door. The adjustment only allows for you to lower the door against the dishwasher rather than raise it. So I've now had to reposition these templates here, these brackets. So I've dropped them another mil or so. That will enable me then to lift them above the door and have a bit of play both ways. And then when I get it in the right position, I'll be able to fix it. But it's worth that consideration when you drill, before you drill and put these plugs in, these pins in, or these retainer brackets. Just make sure that you know where they need to be in relation to the door. Save you having to drill an extra couple of holes. So the door's in position. I'm now going to lay it flat, and there are 4 more screws that go in to fix it into the final position. So I'll do that, then we'll look at the plumbing, and then we'll be done. So that's the door fitted. It's in the right position. You can see it's nice and square, it's flush. The other thing I need to do is just check the levels, which I'll do. You'll notice that you may notice that when I was screwing in the door, I do 1 screw at a time. So I pilot the hole, screw the screw, just check it still aligns, do the second screw, check that still aligns, then do the third and the fourth separately, just so that if there's any final adjustments that can be done or need to be done, you can use the next screw to do that, so you can just keep adjusting it. Anyway, that looks like it's pretty good. It's in place. It looks pretty solid. So everything's screwed and fixed. We'll do the final plumbing and then we'll be done. This is the final couple of bits. So I've fed the tubes from the dishwasher through the back. I've checked there's no kinks. I've tried to keep a smooth kind of oval flow for the drainage pipe. So the drain pipe now comes through here, which I'll connect in a second. The water pipe, my connection is just here at the back. So I'm just going to try and connect that while we're on. So I'm just going to I don't want this pipe bending, so I'm just feeding it back through the hole so that it comes up at the right height. Yeah, you should be able to see that. So now I'm just going to connect. Yeah, connect that to the cold feed. It's just a finger screwing connection, so I'm just tightening that. Once you get to finger tightness, it should be sufficient. It is sufficient. Let me just do that all the way. I'm going to hold the fixing as well as the bracket, just so that I don't create any unnecessary movement or tension or disturbing that whole fitting. Okay, that's now in place. I'm just going to turn that on, just check for any leaks. So that's the first thing I'll do, is just turn it on, make sure there's nothing leaking. It sounds good. We've got a nice secure connection there. Nothing coming out, no leaks. That's good, just finger tightness is sufficient. I've then got this waste pipe, so water's connected now. I'm going to feed the waste pipe. Mine goes round the back. It's quite an awkward fitting, this. Thanks to the kitchen fitter who fitted it for me. Thank you, Wayne. It's going to come up round the back. I'm going to loop it, and then it'll drop into the drain at the back. So it's going to come up here like that. You can see I'm feeding it, so I'm creating this loop, and it's important that it does that so that it drains efficiently. The other thing I've done, it doesn't come with a clip, a retaining clip. I'm keen just to make sure that this fitting works, so I'm going to put a Jubilee clip over the top of the drain pipe. I'm just going to pop that there. I'm going to do it so that I can access that screw head to be able to tighten it once it's on. I won't tighten it too much, but just so that it gets proper attention onto the drain fitting. So it goes up, loops in the back there, and then I'm just feeling the connection to the fitting at the back, which is the fitting that I took the old one from, as you remember, at the start of this video. So I'm just pushing it in. And once I've got that in place, I'll then just screw up the Jubilee clips on. You know what I'm doing now. I'll just do that on time lapse. So I'm just going to turn the power on and we're going to test that it works. So, unfortunately my power is right at the back of the magic cupboard. So it's a little bit tricky, but there we go, we're on. Hot point dishwasher installed. So all I'll do now is take the final bits off. Polystyrene spacers here just to protect the dishwasher in transit. Everything else is ready to go. So hope that's useful for you, and there's a few things there that hopefully just give you a little bit of additional help and support, but it's easy enough to do. Thanks. So sorry, last thing, just going to put the plinth back on and then we are really done. So you'll notice the plinth has, if you haven't got one already, a little cut out here for the door. I actually extended this one slightly so that it works, but it just goes back into position, and there are a couple of clips for the feet. They clip onto the feet of the unit. You just slide it back and straighten it up. And that's it. Get the door still. Yeah, lots of clearance for the door. Perfect. So, all done. Good luck.